Good morning, class. You are welcome to Fidel Virtual School. The subject here is biology, and the class is grade 12. The topic before us this morning is ecological management. I repeat, ecological management. For today, we are going to discuss biological associations. Biological associations. And we are going to discuss 5 different types of associations. Now, what is biological association? As the name implies, it is a type of association or relationship between organisms of the same species or organisms of different species. That is what biological association is all about. I want you to get it. Let me repeat it. As the name implies, it is an association or a relationship between organisms of the same species or organisms of different species. Now, these associations can either be beneficial, that's number one, the association can be beneficial. Two, the association can be harmful. Three, the association can be neutral. So it depends. So we are going to consider 5 types. Then you will now decide by yourself, based on the explanation, which one is beneficial, which one is harmful, and which one is neutral. So now, let's move on to the first association. But before I go on, let me quickly remind you, the notes for this class can be downloaded from Prodigy resource under resources. Prodigy under resources, you can download the notes. It is there already in form of slide with uh, illustrations that are clear enough to define these 5 associations. It is in form of slide and they have illustrations, pictures to illustrate those associations. We are starting with the first association. The first one is called symbiosis. That is the first association. Symbiosis. Now, symbiosis is a type of association between two organisms in which both organisms benefit from the association. Take note, it is an association between two organisms in which the two of them they benefit from that association. It can also be said to be an association between two, it can also be said as relationship between two organisms in which the two organisms benefit from the relationship. So that is what symbiosis is. I remember far back after my secondary school, I used to have a friend called Biodun, and there was a fight between Biodun and the other guy who was also my friend. I can't really remember his name now. So I was to intervene to settle the quarrel between the two of them. And in the course of doing that, I saw the other friend first. He narrated his own experience. I went to Biodun. He also narrated his ordeal. But I remember one statement that Biodun said. And whenever I teach this topic, it normally comes to my mind. Now, in the course of narrating his ordeal, Biodun told me that if the friendship or the relationship between himself and the other guy is not going to be symbiotic, that is not ready to continue with such a relationship, that I should allow them to part ways. I say it's not good enough. No, let us settle this matter amicably. So what am I saying? Is that the other was trying to say that there was nothing to benefit from that other friend. Then what is the essence of the relationship? So the same way in a symbiotic relationship, there is hope and there's an assurance that both organisms will benefit. And that is the best type of association or relationship that any wise person is going to take, because you also stand a chance to benefit. Now, let us look at one or two examples of symbiosis. Now, in biology, we can note that flowering plants and butterfly. Flowering plant is an organism, butterfly is also an organism. So these are two organisms and they exchange relationship or association, and in the process the two of them dey benefit. How do I mean? The flowering plant produces flower, then the butterfly goes to the flower and looks for what to eat. The butterfly looks for the nectar to suck by the use of the proboscis. Now, in the process of sucking the proboscis from the flower, the butterfly accidentally carries the pollen grain. The pollen grains were attached to the body of the butterfly, and in the process of sucking the nectar, the pollen grain will attach itself to the stigma of the same flowering plant or another flowering plant, as the case may be, to either cross or self-pollination. And in the process, pollination takes place, and that pollination will lead to what we call fertilization. And that fertilization will lead to the formation of fruits and seeds. And that is why flowering plants can continue to reproduce. That is a type of symbiotic relationship. The butterfly gets food from the flowering plant. The flowering plant also in turn produces more fruit and seed in the process. That is symbiotic relationship. Another example is this. There is this plant, we call them legumes. There are many leguminous plants. Cowpea is an example, groundnut is an example. Let's pick cowpea as an example. Now, in the root of cowpea, we have some nodules there in the roots. They are like nuts. Knot. That's how they look like. They are like nuts or swellings on the roots of the leguminous plant, e.g. cowpea. Now, these swellings, they contain bacteria in the soil there. They contain bacteria. And the name of that bacteria is called rhizobium. Now, this bacteria called rhizobium, they are capable of fixing nitrogen into the soil. And you know that nitrogen is an important nutrient for plant growth. It's one of the major macronutrients. Macro, I'm not saying micro, macro, MACRO, macronutrient. Major, that it is needed in large quantity by the plant. Otherwise, the plant's growth will be stunted and the yield will be very, very poor. So now, the bacteria fixes nitrogen in the soil and the plant benefits from the nutrients fixed by the bacteria. At the same time, the plant is housing the bacteria because the bacteria lives right within the root nodules. That is another example of symbiotic relationship or association, and that is the type that you should choose. That is just few I can mention for now. There are still a lot of them. Let's move on to the second association. The second association is called commensalism. Commensalism. That is the second association. Now, under commensalism, we can define it as an association between two organisms in which one that is called the commensal benefits or gains from the association, then the other neither loses nor gains anything. That is commensalism. Listen, two organisms, one is going to benefit, the other will not benefit, and is not going to lose anything. That is commensalism. Let me re-explain. It is simple and straightforward. Commensalism is an association between two organisms in which one, named the commensal, will benefit from that association, but the other organism does not lose anything and it does not gain anything from the association. That is commensalism. Now, in this case, a typical example of commensalism is between two organisms that live in water, two aquatic organisms. Shark lives in water. Also, we have a fish called remora fish. It also lives in water. Now, how does this happen? The shark moves in water freely, and the shark is big, and the shark has a very high speed, and it can go deep down into the water. But the remora fish is very small, tiny, not too tiny, but it's very, very small compared to the size of the shark. So the remorar fish cannot go as deep as the shark will go. So what the remorar fish does is to attach itself to the tail of the shark. And look at it, the weight of remora. In fact, 50 of remora, 100 of remora, if they attach themselves to the tail of shark, that the shark will not feel anything, because the shark is a very big animal and the Roman fish is relatively small. So in the process of attaching itself to the tail of the shark, what it benefits is that the shark that can travel deep into the river is an advantage for the remover also to travel deep into the river and to get more food to eat other than on the surface of the water, and that can also enable the remora to escape predators, because on the surface there are a lot of predators that are looking for prey to kill and feed on. But by the fact that the remora can follow the shark down deep into the water, it can be prevented, or it can prevent itself from being attacked and killed by predators. So that is the advantage that the remora fish benefit. Now the shark loses nothing in the process because the weight of the remora does not have effect on it, and at the same time it does not gain anything in the relationship. So that is commensalism. Take note, one organism benefits, the other neither benefits nor loses anything. That is number two. We move on to number three now. Parasitism. Yes. Parasitism is also a type of relationship that exists between two organisms. Here you must be very, very attentive. Two organisms. One is called the parasite. Yes, one is the parasite, and that one depends fully on the other organism called the host. The parasite depends fully on the other organism called the host for one, shelter, because the parasite either lives on the body or inside the body of the host. Apart from shelter, the parasite also depends on survival, food. So that is why in this type of relationship, one organism benefits, which is the parasite, while the other benefit suffers severe loss, and that's the host. Now, take note, there are two types of parasites. We have the endoparasite. Endo means inside. Within, the parasites, they live inside of the host. That's where they find their shelter. And aside shelter, they feed on the host. The digested food in the inside of the host that the body is supposed to make use of will be shared between the parasite and the host. Then the blood of the host is also sucked in the process. So those are the losses that the host uh, suffer in this process. Now, example of endoparasites, the common roundworm of human beings. Everybody has roundworm. It's just that we need to control them. There should not be too many. When there are too many in the stomach, then a lot of things can happen. Because you'll be sharing that is this digested food with you, and you'll be eating, it will reflect on your body. And people will be looking at you that is this boy not feeding, is it that because you're emaciating? Yes, of course. And if there are too many, it can lead to maybe vomiting and a lot of things. So that is why it is recommended that every three months we should deworm ourselves to reduce the number of worms in the system. Because as they are there in the system, they will be laying eggs. And once we eliminate this set, the eggs are there already. So the eggs will hatch and start growing up. And that's how it is very, very difficult, and it's not likely that that worms can be eradicated, especially round worms in the intestine of human beings. Now, that's an example of endoparasite. Also, we have tapeworm. Also, human being can be affected. Then cattle like cow, bull. Then animals like pig can also harbor tapeworm. They are all endoparasites because they live inside of the organism. Now, the other type of parasite is called ectoparasite. Ecto means outside, on the body. They live on the body of the host. They derive nourishment from the body of the host. They attach themselves to the body of the host, sucks or suck the blood of the host, and make the body of the host as shelter. Many of you have dogs in your homes. At one time or the other, you must have experienced tick. Yes, because tick is a parasite of dog, an ectoparasite that attaches itself to the skin of the dog. It derives nourishment, sucking the blood of the dog and also housing itself on the skin of the dog. Most of you have devised a lot of things. Call veterinary doctor, come and help us to tickle, tickle. Some of you will even be trying, you want to use hand. Yes, it's possible. When you look at the dog, you bring the dog close to you, use your hand, be checking the hair on the body. You can be lucky to find those teeth attached to the skin. You can remove them with your hand and destroy them. You can use powder to kill tick on the body of your dog, or you can use spraying method. There's a chemical that will be sprayed on the body that will kill the tick, and you can use a dipping method. You dip the dog in a liquid chemical and remove the dog. So in that process, all the tick on the body will be killed. So tick is an example of ectoparasite that affects dog. Not only dog, even cattle, cow, ram, bull, they are affected by tick. Another ectoparasite is louse. Louse also on the body of the animal. The louse attaches itself to the body, sucks blood, and derives shelter from the host. So that is why under parasitism, we should take note that the host suffers severe loss, while the parasite enjoys both food and shelter. That is all about parasitism. We move on to predation. Predation is number 4. That is another type of association that occurs between two organisms. Yes, two organisms are involved in predation. But before I move on to predation, let me give you an example. I've given some example already, but then I've told you about tapeworm in the intestine of pig or cow, then roundworm in the intestine of man. Then for ectoparasite, I said tick on the body of dog, tick on the body of cattle, tick also on the body of goat, sheep, then louse on the body of cattle, louse on the body of chicken, fowls. They are all ectoparasite. Now, predation. Predation is a type of association between two organisms in which one organism which is called the predator. Remember, we are talking about predation. Predation is an association between two organisms in which one, which is the predator, and is usually bigger, kills and feeds on the other, which is usually called the prey, and usually smaller in size. That is what predation is all about. Two organisms, one is usually bigger in size, and it kills, not only kills, so it kills it and feeds on it. And the other one is usually smaller, doesn't have any choice than to submit to be fed on by the bigger organism. So the one who kills, or the one that kills, is called predator. Then the one that is being killed is the prey. So that is the type of relationship that is called predation, and it is common in the maybe on the notes that we download from Prodigy. You will see the pictures that depict how predation occurs. You can likely even see a video where a snake attempts or attempted and succeeded in swallowing a bush rat. It's possible. So it is a feeding relationship in which the bigger organism, the predator, kills and feeds on the smaller organism, which is called the prey. Another example is this: the lion is a predator to the goat. So when the lion stumbles on the goat, and that's the end of the goat. The lion kills the goat and feeds on the goat. That is it. In the bush, snakes, when they are hungry, they be laying ambush here and there, looking for any vulnerable animal. It could be lizard, it could be bush rat, whatever animal, whatever organism, the snake will jump on the animal, kill the animal and feed on the animal. And I have witnessed this in the compound I live. It was like a dream, honestly. On a Saturday morning, when I was busy marking NECO, it was around August. I was marking NECO when the deadline was approaching. And I woke up very early, around 3 something. I was marking from 3 till around to 7 a.m. when I heard the noise. And the landlord of my house, they have guests because it was during summer, long holiday. So they have guests. So those people, they came to visit them to spend some time as holiday. So one of the boy, well, my landlord is a Muslim, so they normally do their morning prayer. But maybe the prayer was late that day, or the boy could not join them when they were doing it early. I don't know. But that time was around to 7. I had a shout, and I didn't even know what was happening. I couldn't even open my door. I was in the sitting room. My family children, they were there in the room. And I said, what was happening? This noise is strange and it's funny. I decided not to go out. But after about 4 or 5 minutes, I heard the landlord say, don't go there. Emma Sumo, don't go there. I said, okay, I summoned courage. I came out of the room. I opened the door. I went out. Then there was a cage there put at the corner in my house. So the landlord was rearing a bed in that cage. So it was that cage, that door bed that attracted that snake. I don't know where the snake, I don't know where the snake passed or the route by which it entered the building. But fortunately for the snake entered, maneuvered itself into the cage and fought the bed and killed the bed and swallowed that bed before morning. So on sighting that snake, I was scared. It was a very big one. I said, what are we going to do now? I told landlord, I said, I have sniper in the house. It's a chemical used to kill insects. That is a concentrated one. Let me go and bring it. Let us pour it on this snake. This sniper will kill it. Landlord said that if we pour sniper, if this snake escapes, that it won't be funny. So at the end of the day, to cut it short, we decided that we were going to kill this snake, but nobody was able to go near it. It was a very big snake. So we now went outside. All those area guys, we now told them that there is a snake. We'll come and see one big snake in our house. So inside the cage. They followed. Then they were going to kill it. Now they now use one long stick. They too were unable to go near. They use a big stick, bamboo stick, to remove that cage and use that stick to bring the cage outside. They now say they will destroy this cage. Oh, you want this snake to be killed? They will say, go ahead, destroy it. And they started using the bamboo to eat that cage. And when the snake was weak, some of them used cutlass, and that's how they killed the snake. And you can now see the tummy of the snake. The side of the tummy was swollen, showing that the snake had successfully swallowed the bird. So that's another example of predation. The snake is the predator while the bird is the prey. And there are a lot of examples like that. So let's move on to the last but not the least of competition. This is also a type of relationship between two organisms. They could be of the same species or they could be of different species. Now, this one is critical. I want you to look at it very well. Competition arises when there is shortage of environmental natural resources. But I won't say more than that here. I'm going to define competition. But I won't say more than that because there is an assignment given to you already. If I go beyond that, I will have revealed the answer of that assignment or activity. But competition is a feeding relationship between two organisms in which one organism, which is stronger, overpowers the other, which is weaker. The stronger organism survives, while the smaller organism or the weaker, it may not be smaller this time around. Size is not a yardstick this time around. So the smaller that is being overpowered does not survive. That is what competition is all about. Two organisms may be here, and the food that is available is very, very limited. It cannot even be enough for the two of them. So the both of them will begin to struggle. Whichever is stronger between the two of them will get the food and survive. Then the other one that is unable to get the food in the process does not survive and may die off. That is what competition is all about. And we have two types of competition. We have intra-specific competition. Intra-specific competition means the competition between two organisms that are of the same species. The same species. Take note, intra, the same species. While interspecific, we are talking about intraspecific is within organisms of the same species. Now interspecific competition. Interspecific competition is the type of association or the relationship between organisms of different species. Different. Now for intra, now it occurs within organisms of the same species. They sort it out, and that is just their own palava. They know how they can struggle within themselves. Then one organism will survive, the other will not be able to survive. So that is about that. Then inter is between organisms that are not of the same species, but they find themselves living together in a place. That is it. For instance now, when you look at a field, there could be different set of crops, plants on the field. Different. You can have groundnut, you can have maize, you can have oil palm, you can have potato, you can have yam. So there are different types. So they are not of the same species. So and they have to compete for the same nutrient. So the stronger one will get more nutrient and will survive, and the weaker ones may not get enough nutrient, and in the process they will not be able to survive in that type of environment. So those are the five types of associations that we need to study, and we are studying them now. So we have a few minutes left for this class to be over. I've said it earlier on that you need to check the prodigy, go to resources, the notes, ecological management, biological association is there for you to download. Then there are some images, pictures to illustrate some of these associations you are going to see there. Then there is an activity which is a must for everybody. There is no going back. The activity must be done, and the answer to be submitted directly into my inbox on Prodigy also. You don't need to joke with this activity. Your exam is far approaching. As soon as this lockdown is over, as soon as school reopens, the exam will just come. It won't be long at all. I'm telling you, that's why you just have to be up and in. And the activities are there for you to attend. Everything, you must not leave anyone undone. And thank God it's an activity. So you have access to confirm, maybe from Facebook, from internet, wherever. And that's another opportunity for you in the process to keep on learning, keep on knowing new things and learning new things and new ideas. So let there be nobody that will leave this activity undone. Please, I need seriousness from everybody. That is the end of this class. I want to advise, keep yourself safe at home. And once again, be serious minded, because as soon as school reopens, WAEC starts shortly. And shortly after WAEC, NECO follows. I wish you all the best. Thank you.